Hey gang, this is Eugene, and you're watching Sneakerphiles live. It is September 14th, and you can find us online at sneakerphiles.com. You can find us on Twitter at Sneakerphiles and on Instagram at Sneakerphiles_podcast. And here is your host, Brooke.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's been a little bit, but we got a lot of great content coming for you tonight, and I hope a lot of people are going to participate because we got a lot to talk about and catch up on.
So, anything new that you've copped in the last week or so? You want to save it for the segment, or what do you want to tell us about the last 2 weeks that we've missed?
Yeah, for sure. So we'll talk about the cops that I did purchase over the past 2 weeks that I missed you guys. I'll have to remember. Just kidding. It wasn't really that much. But then in the main segment, I'm going to leave like a pretty good topic that I kind of want, to hear your guys' thoughts on and kind of get into. So a couple things that I've picked up. I was able to get my hands on a pair of the 97 Skeptas through JD Sports. They are legit. I'm telling you, I don't know if you feel it, Eugene, but I'm saying 97s are the shoe for Nike, like how Adidas had NMDs. Like, I think 97s are really coming up right now.
The 97s have always been one of those sleeper shoes that no one really collected except for a few people that were really into that shoe. And I think the 20-year, that's how they're rolling out, right? The 20-year anniversary of all the Air Maxes. And I think it's a very interesting time right now that a lot of these a younger sneaker collector that wasn't even around when the 97s came out, they're finding this shoe and pretty much kind of enjoying them as much as we used to back in the day. And like, I gotta admit, I wasn't a huge fan of the 97s back in the day either, so I'm glad this turnaround came up and I was able to cop a couple of pairs, especially in the OG colorways.
Yeah, the OG colorways are super nice, and we're going to talk about some heat that they have coming out soon. So I know you probably all are excited about that and probably have seen what I'm talking about. So next thing I picked up, just two like little light things. I ended up getting a long sleeve, like a basic shirt from Supreme last week. And I got, what else? I think I got something else. Oh yeah, the Supreme Air Forces. I did get those in the blue colorway. Personally for me, they were the shoe that popped the most, so I like them. I like them or the yellow ones, but I kind of wanted the blue a little bit more. And I got a shirt from Palace last week. I kind of want to try on Friday to get one of their long sleeve shirts. I ended up only getting a short sleeve. I really like Palace's like style for their t-shirts.
I understand
it's super
that
hard to cop.
Palace is originated as a skate brand, right? And it's was it from the UK or is it just really big there in the UK?
I don't know like the history behind them, if it was necessarily from the UK, but I know it is super duper big there. I don't know how it started. That's a really good question for me to look into. But I recently just saw like some people with like the long sleeve shirts and I really liked them. And I'll tell you what, last week when I tried to cop a long sleeve shirt, it was fucking hard. Like, it was way harder than it is the cop on Supreme. I feel like Palace's pieces are super duper limited as well. A little bit more than Supreme's. Like, their drops are like super duper like sold out right away. I was right on my phone at 11 too. But I was able to get like a short sleeve shirt that I really did like. I like the design on it. Another cop was probably the chicken and the waffles. I really love them. I saw a Complex video with Logic wearing them, and it's crazy because I watched it right after I got my What the Dunks, and I was just starting to just research dunks because I really like the What the Dunks. And I saw the chicken and waffles. I was like, yo, this shoe's dope. $250 for a dunk? No. I was just watching TV like a few nights ago. And like Leo went up to get something. I like pulled out my phone really quick and like scrolled through Twitter, and someone tweeted a link for a restock, and I just hopped on it. So that's what I want to let you guys know. You like be smart, like in Twitter and your feeds and shit. Make sure you're following the right stuff, because there's like sometimes you can just have something totally hidden pop up on your feed and struck out, and cop yourself some heat. Another little thing was I got a pair of Fog shorts, Fear of God shorts that came out because I have the thermals and I just wanted them to match. That's about it.
I guess like you just cop, I don't know, like a t-shirt and some pants or some shorts and one pair of shoes. Did you get anything else?
No, I got the chicken and waffles, the Skeptas, and the Supremes. That's 3.
Oh shit, you're right. I totally miscounted. It's just that it happened like 2 weeks ago and I totally forgot.
Yeah, it's crazy. 2 weeks, 3 shoes. I don't mind. I actually too, kind of want to get your opinion on this, and anyone in the chat if they want to reply. I recently, you guys know, before I talked, I'm on the hunt for some shattered backboards or reverse shattered backboards. I just love the quality of that shoe, the look of it. The shattereds are just so high in price for my size. I had a friend sell me the backboards, the reverse backboards, in a size 6. Now I can do a 6.5 or a 7 in Jordan 1s. Like, how do you feel with, I remember we were talking about that before, like going, like, a shoe that you love so much and you can get it for retail, but you got to take that sacrifice. Like, is that something you would do?
When it comes to Jordan 1s, I'm very particular about the sizing for my Jordan 1s. I usually always get my true size 11 men's, and anytime I've gone any smaller, like a size 10.5, which I have tried, they don't ever fit that well. I think maybe because I have wide feet, and let's just face it, the Jordan 1s are a dunk, basically a dunk with branding on it, and the dunks always fit narrow, and I've never had been able to fit comfortably into a smaller size, not even half a size. Half a size big, they actually feel really comfortable, so I would never go down for a Jordan 1.
Yeah, that's the dilemma I'm in right now. I know I could probably resell it because the price for the resell, even on the grade school right now on StockX, is like $250. So we're gonna see. I keep like wanting to like put my foot in it more, but like you know how StockX is, so I don't want to fuck around with like any creasing.
Where were you when they originally released back in like 2015, 2016, I think?
I don't think I really like took any mind. Like I felt like it reminded me of like the Flyers. I don't know why, but at the same time, I regret missing that shoe because the quality, like I was just even looking at the grade school of the 6s. It's so nice. Like that leather quality is such a beautiful touch for that shoe. But I won't hold you guys up with my splurges. Let's talk about some news. And drop a comment below if you've ever made the sacrifice to go down a half size or even a full size for a shoe that you could get at retail and you knew that the resale price was so high and you just really wanted it. And also too, someone was trying to tell me that material of the one stretches because of it's a lot of leather in it.
Stretches? Like just that one or all ones?
Like the ones, like the sails, because they use that same leather, the shattered backboards, and then the reverse.
But I don't know. I guess I'll have to wear my shit before I find out.
Yeah, I'm asking the wrong fucking person about if the shoe that you wear stretches.
I fucking have 5 pairs of Jordan 1 OGs that are still in boxes. Like
shattered backboards?
I have a pair of shattered backboards that are not even laced yet. You know what the crazy thing is? The day the shattered backboards came out here, that was the same day as the Pirate Black, the 350s. And like,
everyone probably slept on those then.
And I was like one of those assholes that won both of those raffles. So I don't
you would be you. All right, let's get into some news. Before I do jump into the news, let me just say really quick, I'm not gonna do like any more kind of like a fit of the week. I'm kind of going to do more of like a shoe or maybe 2 shoes that I'm super duper into for the week. So recently I've been just wearing the shit out of my Air Jordan 1s. I really love the way that ones look beat up, so I've been wearing them a lot. And I've also broke out my trainers. So my OG, my Yaynits, as some people call them, I've been breaking those out. So that's kind of like what I've been rotating. For stuff that I'm looking forward to coming out, of course, is September 21st. We have the Air Max is re-releasing. We also have the Undefeated 97s. So those are really what I'm gunning for. Anything else, I gotta not let temptation get in my way, even though it is very hard. Because I want both of the I know you said you did too, Eugene. I want both of the colors of the Undefeateds because they're both fire. I honestly like the white ones more, but I want both of them. So let's get into some news. So we're going to start off. Did you see, I don't even know if this is worth talking about, the Nike Air Force One Chinese New Year?
No, they have one every year, and sometimes they're hot, sometimes they're not. So how did you feel about it?
I thought it was all right. I kind of like the concept of the design on the swoosh, but I wouldn't personally wear them. But I think it's kind of cool how they added some really cool like cultural flavor to the shoe. But for me, it's probably going to be something that I would definitely pass on just because there's so many other things that I want. But for people that like the forces, I think it's pretty nice. Just wanted to mention that. This was something that I put. This is also two guys going over 2 weeks that we've missed. So I may even comment on things that I just don't want to talk about because they might not be relevant to me anymore. So the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 Beluga 2.0. What are your thoughts?
I actually really like them, and I've kind of
Really? Without you like them more than the OGs?
no, man. The first Beluga drop, the very first V2s that came out, that will always be my standard for what the Yeezy V2 should be. That's my favorite colorway since
Yeah,
the inception of
great.
the V2s, right? So I can't really knock on that, and I don't know. I think it's a good option, and for and they're releasing it at the right time. It's going to be a fall winter release, I'm guessing, and the darker colorway. Like, we've never seen any clear pictures of them yet, I suppose, and from what I've seen, I think it's very versatile of how you can, match your outfit with more so than the original Belugas, anyways.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they are nice for me personally. If only if I got them in a raffle, I would go for them. I wouldn't like go out of my way to pay resale for them. I have the Beluga, so to me, I'm kind of content with that. I kind of don't like how they're not doing it like they're just doing a 2.0. I think that's kind of lame. Like, where's the originate? Where's like a little bit of creativity, like into producing something maybe a little bit different?
See,
That's just my
the
opinion.
weird thing about the Belugas is, or not the Belugas, but like the 350s. So what is this one? Like the Yeezy 350 Boost V2 Beluga V2? Like, what are we calling this thing?
Yeah.
Like the
I think I heard
V2
like
2.0?
I heard like 2.0. It's kind of like something from like Bill Nye Science Guy, some like weird shit.
It's like
I'm not into it.
at the store when we had to list the zebras, we had a listing initially for the February release, and then like, okay, what are we gonna call this new release? So I think we ended up calling the Yeezy V2 Zebra version 2 or some weird shit like that. Like, it's getting confusing
It's too
out there.
much.
So
It's like, yo, what are you wearing? I'm wearing them Zebra V2 Yeezy Boost
2.0.
3.0s, 2.0s, yeah,
Exactly.
2.0s.
So
Like, what?
just call it something else, man. Don't call it the Belugas.
Yeah. Yeah. That I mean, maybe that would make me feel a little bit better about it because honestly, like they just took the orange off of it. Yeah, it resembles it, but they don't need to call it like the same exact thing. Another shoe that I'm super duper interested in is that Nike Air Max 97, that OG colorway. It's like that royal and neon. Have you seen that?
Are we talking about the 97 or 98s?
Oh, I'm sorry, the 98s.
Right.
The 98s that are coming out. Yeah. They, in my opinion, are beautiful. I love the look of them.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you quickly how I feel about them. The 98s for me, I was never a huge fan of 98s, but at the same time, I was never a giant fan of the 97s either. But until I saw the actual releases of the retros, the OG retros this year, I started collecting 97s again, and those 98s, I don't know enough about them. Like, when you told me like that's the OG colorway, I didn't even know that's the initial drop back in '98. So maybe by the time they come out, I'm gonna be more excited about them. But as of right now, I'm probably not gonna get them right now.
Right now, I don't know. I'm definitely into them. I think they're a super duper dope shoe. I really like the colorway of them. I kind of like that vintagey gym look that they got going on. And then we also have back to the Air Maxes. I know everyone probably has their eyes set on these. If you don't, you need to go get your prescription checked for your eyeballs. The undefeated Air Max 97s. For me, I would love to have them both. If I had to pick one or the other, I would definitely choose the white one. But however, I do want to have both of them in my collection.
I heard that the white ones are gonna be more limited than the black ones, and again,
That makes sense.
Nike's doing this shit where like they release a pack, yet not everyone's gonna be able to have a complete pack just because there's not the same amount
Yeah.
produced. Almost like the Jordan Fear pack where there was a lot of threes, a bunch of 4s and hardly any 5s. So the pack was broken amongst a lot of collectors, and I don't know. It's just the way they do their shit, and like if I can get either pair, I'll be happy. If I get both, I'll be extremely happy.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'll take either or. I'm not picky, but I definitely love those white ones. I don't know. I think for me, I kind of want the white ones because I think that they're gonna look sick, dirty. Like I think they're gonna look like nice, like with wear on them, like really beat up. So then there was another Air Max, back to it, a 95 that I saw that really caught my eye. That was the Nike Air Max 95. It was called the Tonal Olive. I love like real dark colors, blacks, greens, olives, darker tans, browns, whatever. So I'm a sucker for any shoe like that. And it's kind of crazy because for as much as I love like olive shoes and like dark green shoes, I don't have any in my collection. And it's weird because I've had like the opportunity, like I talked to someone on Instagram, they were just asking me about the Supreme shoes that I got and different things like that. And they were telling me that they're really excited in Canada, I think, for the Vapor Max Olive restock tonight. And it's crazy because they're still sitting like in every shoe store that we have here. So I really like that. I really like that shoe. Rumors are it's going to be in a fall in October. Mid-September, early October release. So that's definitely something I'm going to keep on my radar. I really like green shoes. The price tag on the Air Maxes isn't too terrible either, which is nice.
Well, the Air Maxes always have like 2 or 3 different tiers. There's like the OG retros and all that shit, and then there's the premium stuff, kind of like the suede on the suede releases on the Air Max 97s, and then there's the Ultras, which usually cost the least, and it's the most synthetic material that's made. That's predominantly the uppers. So it depends on how they're releasing it.
It's crazy because I appreciate my OG Silver Bullet 97 so much, like especially seeing the new ones. Like in my opinion, I do not like the new ones at all. Like I love the OG ones. So next thing, back to Adidas. So as you guys know, Pharrell is releasing like a lot of different human races. So the two that I really like are the Nerd human races. That's definitely a cop for me. There is no confirmed date. They're kind of like they're all black silhouette. And then the second
before we go on further with that human race, are you a fan of NERD?
You bring up a good question. I don't really like NMDs. So fun fact for you guys, I used to have probably 5 NMDs. I had like the OG ones.
No, not the NMDs. Like that's besides the point. The human race, calling that an NMD, that's not accurate. I'm talking about NERD, the band. Are you a fan of?
Oh! No, I'm not. A little bit, but not like a huge, not like a fan like I am of Skepta, where I'm gonna buy the shoe for it.
You see, now that's the problem with the issue with like hype beast mentality, man. I think we'll
it is, but I'll admit to it.
But you just want the shoe because it's kind of hype, right? And like it's a clean look.
No.
Come on,
I don't want it because it's kind of hype. No. Rewind, play it back. The reason why I want the shoe is because I love black. Like I love the black, like just the NERD. Like I just love that whole like black silhouette.
Now you got to be like, okay, there's all these like diehard NERD and Pharrell fans. That's like, I love their band. I've been following them since like I was fucking a fetus, and like I love the shit, and like now this
they
is
cut my umbilical cord. I was singing it.
Now they're gonna release my favorite shoe with the NERD branding on it, but Brooke here has my size, and she just barely even listens to them. How do you think that plays out?
I'll sell it to you $50 more. It's cool. I like it. I would try to get it, but out of all of the ones that are coming out of the pack, I like the ones that say "breathe" the most.
Fair enough.
They're the ones that I really want.
You know what you got to do? You got to go down to California, go to Complex Con, and maybe you'll have a better chance getting them in person.
Dude, we have a sneaker exchange in Philly this weekend, and I'm so stupid I didn't know that it was, and I'm working, and I'm so pissed off. Soul exchange.
Just send someone out there, man.
Yeah, one of my friends is 2 people that I know are going out there, so I told them to keep their eyes on Supreme 5s for me. And
you're still looking for that shit?
I might pull the trigger actually on a pair.
Fuck, because like I thought you got those. Well, you had those camo 5s for like a minute.
Yeah, I didn't. I opened them up when Nike sent them to me,
Yeah.
I looked inside the box and I was like, I can't do it.
Fuck,
I
come on.
can't.
Lady, I told you.
It's like,
I told you this was going to happen. You didn't listen
it's
to
like
me.
buying an iPhone SE. Like, you don't buy something that like wants to be great. You just don't. You buy greatness.
Fuck, man, I told you about that mentality. You're like, I'm going to get them because I couldn't get those. And you're like, I'm going to get them anyways.
It was Nike's fault because they sent me like a code to unlock it, and I was like, "Fuck, maybe I should just try them." And then I saw them the next day. I guess someone had them early too, walking in the mall, and I was like, "God, they're ugly." And I went into Foot Locker and I just tried them on, and I was just like, "I'm not into them." But they look great on some people, but I was not feeling them. Not at all. But besides that point, yeah. So hopefully I'll have some hookups at Soul Exchange, and maybe I'll have something to tell you guys about next week. So keep your fingers crossed, because I definitely am. But besides that, so yeah, back to the NMD. Did you hear recently that Adidas is like changing it, where they're adding a lot more boost to it?
I heard about it. I've seen nothing like.
Yeah, I really just think they're running out of ideas, in my opinion, about that.
Why do they feel the need to add even more boost? Like, they're going to make it thicker, like the fucking 9317s?
Yeah.
There was a lot of boost in there, and people started complaining that there was no responsiveness at all to the boost because it's too cushiony. It's too comfortable.
Yeah, like I only legit have 2 Ultra Boosts, and I have 1 pair of NMDs, and they're the Human Races. I have the Parley Ultra Boost, and I have the OG Ultra Boost with the purple on them. That's it. I'm just over them. I'm just kind of like, we'll get into that in a little bit, but what are your thoughts on, now that we're talking about new Boost technology, the Boost 4.0s though? Did you see pictures of them?
Yeah, I've been seeing pictures of those for like the last 6 months now, and like it hasn't changed since the initial quote unquote leaked images. And you know, like they get a little more simple and simpler every single time they drop a new one. And if they're gonna mass produce them, then I guess it makes sense. Like, I always thought the Ultra Boost should be mass produced so that people that are going to run in it or train in it, they can actually get a pair instead of like, you know, the hype beast getting all of them. So if they're going to do that, maybe it's a good thing that they're going to make more, and maybe less hype beasts will want them. So the proper kind of channel of customers is actually going to get a pair for retail now. I don't have a problem with it. I'm probably not going to get a pair of the GR stuff, but like, you know, I'm glad someone out there is gonna get them and probably wear them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's good. I feel like Adidas, like, they could have been still super limited, but I feel like they just kept releasing so much of the same concept and so much of the same colorways and just like so much back to back and forth that it just became something that was kind of sitting. So I mean, I would maybe like try them, but I don't know. Like, I'm not. Now that I've been like wearing kind of like more back to going into my roots of like Nike and different things like that, the only time I ever really rock Adidas is when I pull out my Yeezys. And to me, like, they don't even remind me of like an Adidas shoe. Like, I feel like even though it is Adidas, like, it's its own like fucking spaceship. Like, it's its own like just genre.
I think that's the appeal of the Yeezys, that they're getting an Adidas shoe that doesn't look like an Adidas shoe, because like people that collect exclusively or wear exclusively Yeezys, they don't really wear much of the heritage shit from Adidas, which is way more interesting to me than the Yeezy Boost, if you ask me.
Yeah, like some of the one dude from the Sneaker Podcast, he posts some crazy sick like old school Adidas photos. Another guy that I follow, Just Calby, he has some crazy good shots too, like crazy good, and like just he rocks a lot of like New Balances too, and like Asics and different things like that. But there are some definitely like old style stuff, and that's like where my whole point is that I'm gonna get into on like what made me make some of the decisions that I did. So what do you think of the Nike Air Max Dorenbecker?
I'm not a fan. I like the Air Max 90s, but I also only like the OG colorways. And the Dorenbecker for me has always been hit or miss. And this one,
it already came out.
Yeah, and this one for me, like, I had a chance to get them just because like they were online and stuff. I didn't even try, and like I thought it was maybe a kid size only, but it wasn't. They also had men's size, and the more I looked at it, the more I'm like, it looks like a cheap, I don't know, kind of the outlet store kind of things that sat around because it was just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to diss the kid, like, and shit like that, but like, it's not a shoe I'd wear.
Yeah, I'm not into like those yellow colors. Like if I'm gonna wear yellow, it's gonna be like the Supreme ones, like an all yellow shoe.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really a fan of them either. I know some people from my work tried to get them, but they struck out. But there is one shoe that I really like, and we all know my love for the Vapor Max. They are releasing this beautiful colorway of like a berry for women, and it looks so great. It's like dark maroon, super duper nice, super duper clean. I think that that's going to be a super duper dope, nice fall shoe. There also is like a tan and black one, kind of like the Explorer pack that came out, but more of like a light chocolate meets dark chocolate kind of shoe. But that one kind of looks nice too. I like the berry. I'm gonna gun for that one. But I still kind of have some clots that I'm thinking about. I keep finding them for good prices, but
just get
gotta
them.
be smart.
Fuck, just get them. You won't regret getting them. Their prices.
Someone
gonna
at
go
work
up.
was like, Someone at work was like, I thought you said they look like a dirty tampon. I'm like, listen. I thought that they looked a different way than they do look. Like the pictures that they would just show the image of the shoe look like shit, but when they show the shoe like on foot, it looks spectacular. Another shoe that I'm super excited about. Well, two things. LeBron and Kith. What do you think? I know you're hyped for it.
I like what Kith does. I've never been a fan of any of the LeBron shoes, so we'll see. But Kith has always been able to. Kith's collab or Ronnie Fike's collab, they have always been the silhouette to kind of change my mind on certain shoes.
On certain shoes, yeah.
Like, I never gave a fuck about Asics until I saw his collabs, and those
the volcano ones.
Yeah, man. And
they're dope.
And that's how a collab should be done, man. Like, fucking pay attention to shit that's been slept on forever. Bring some new attention to it, and I think that's way more effective than just throwing hype shit or hype brands on top of a silhouette that's already popular.
No, I definitely agree with you. I actually kind of kicked myself. I had a chance to get the volcanoes, and I said no. Just because like I never tried on Asics, I never knew how they fit. I didn't want to get the wrong size. I just didn't know. They are a chunky shoe. I do like shoes that kind of add a little bit like that. But I just wasn't sure about my sizing. That was kind of the thing. But with LeBron and Kith, I'm super excited for the shoe. The pictures of it look super duper clean, super duper nice. I'm also really excited just for the new LeBron in general. So I used to rock basketball shoes. Like I had the Fruity Pebbles. I had a couple different LeBron ones that came out previously in the past years. And I actually ended up selling all of them. But one shoe that I'm really looking forward to is that floral one that's coming out that kind of like zippers in the front. That's a must cop for me. Did you hear a date on that one yet?
No, everything's tentative for Nike basketball. It's like every time I see basketball shoes getting leaked or released, it usually coincides with the NBA season. So you'll probably get it in the fall season, and especially if they're already giving out shoes to like celebrities and influencers to wear. But I like what they're doing. Like again, I'm probably not going to be into the LeBron 15s just because it's a basketball shoe and I don't ball that hard. And
crisscross. I hear the technology in them is amazing though.
I also hear that their technology is recycled from last year, so like we'll see what happens, right?
That's true.
I'm just reserving judgment until I see them in hand or in the store. And what I do like about how they're approaching the LeBron 15s, which I haven't seen before, or at least that I remember in basketball shoes, is they're releasing lifestyle kind of colorways at the same time as the performance on-court colorways. So it looks like...
I think that's dope.
I think that's a good idea. Like that zipper in the front, of course, I don't think that's a good idea for on-court. But if you're going to throw that shit in there, it looks like it's for like walking the malls and trying to look good and shit like that. Like I like how they're approaching this kind of simultaneous release and hype the shoe up from one end to the other. Like we have lifestyle people that might be into this basketball shoe, and we have basketball people that might be into this lifestyle shoe. So I think that's a good move for Nike.
Yeah, I think you make up a really good point. A big reason why I kind of fell off the wagon of like basketball shoes is like I would wear the KD 6s, stuff like that, is once they started going higher in generations, they just started to look like like you wouldn't wear something like that to go out and stunt in. Like they just did not look like shoes that you could like You know, like how the Flyknit racers are, you just throw them on, or the trainers or whatever, or a Jordan 1. Like a Jordan 1 is the best basketball shoe that you can wear as a lifestyle shoe, hands down, 100%. And they go with everything, like any usually colorway you wear. I mean, there might be some of them that don't really pop well, but they're such a go-to-go shoe. But I'm excited for those floral ones with the zipper. I think that they're going to be super cool. They're going to be really clean. Another shoe, we already talked about this, but the Supreme Air Forces, they're really nice. The quality on the shoe is like super duper clean. And
Before
just
you
the
go
overall
on, can I
look
ask
of
you
it.
a quick question?
Yeah, what's up?
Before the Supreme drop came out, did you even know that there was an Air Force 2?
No, I didn't.
Me too, man. Like, and people gave me shit for that. Like, I thought you knew about sneakers and shit. I'm like,
I thought it was just Air Force One low. I never knew that they recreated it as a 2.
Exactly. And my thing is, like, if they reintroduced the Air Force 2 just on, you know, on the original colorways, if there were any, like, would that have been a hit? Or is the only way for this silhouette to gain traction again is to release it through a hype collab?
Do you know what's weird? They came in an SB box.
I heard about that, and like,
yeah,
like people are. That's why people are so confused. Like, is it an SB? Is it and like?
I think it is. So when you said that, I should have brought the box out here. When you said that, like, I don't know, like when I ordered the Supremes, I also had the chicken and waffles too, but they came today, but whatever. Supreme usually ships super duper quick because I don't live far from New York. So I open up the box and I'm like, wait, is this the fucking... Because Supreme gives you really big boxes for shit. I'm like, wait, is this Nike? They usually do like small compact boxes. Because I opened it, it said SB, and I was like, what the fuck? And yeah, it was just in an SB Dunk box. It was so weird.
And the thing I'm trying to present is like, I looking at all the shoes and haven't been exposed to this kind of shit for like most of my adult life. I didn't even know there was an Air Force 2, so I was just not confused. I'm like, is this a new silhouette that they created just for this collab? And then Joe told me that no, there's an Air Force 2, and then like people at the store were telling me, he's like, no, there are Air Force 2s, and I had no idea that
Joe was probably
existed.
lying.
No, man, like someone showed me like a picture of their Air Force 2 that they wore.
No,
in
that
college.
he knew.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
I just assumed Joe
That's
knows
crazy.
everything though.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Stay in your lane, Brooke. Allegedly. Sorry, Joe. That's what you get. But yeah, I was like super shocked about that because I thought the box was going to be like a sick ass, like, I don't know, like made me like open it, like making me feeling like I'm in a fucking like Nelly Air Force One video or some like crazy shit. But it was an SB box. I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, so that was it. I personally like, out of the whole entire colors, I like the blue and the yellow ones. One of my friends I work with got the brown ones, and he said the brown colorway is nothing like he's ever seen before. It's really super duper nice. So then, wait a second. The Nike, I got mixed up. That Nike 98 that we were talking about, the one that I really want is that Nike 20th anniversary 98.
What is
it's like the Gundam, Gundam.
Is that like from like those robot TV shows?
I don't know. Fucking look this shoe up, because if that's the blue one that I'm thinking of, that was what.
All right, keep talking, and I'll look it up so I know what it is.
Yeah. So this shoe, in my opinion, is scratch what I said earlier about that 198, that vintagey blue look. This is the one that I'm talking about. The other one is probably something that I want to get to, but I forget because I wrote the content 2 weeks ago, but of that one shoe. But this one is by far pretty dope looking. What do you think?
Which one? The Gundam?
Yeah.
Okay, can I just tell you what this is in the first place if you're not familiar?
Yeah.
Or anyone? Anyways,
sure.
Gundam is a Japanese manga that came out in the 70s. It's about big giant robots, and like the Earth is at war with some other federation and all that shit. And instead of just fighting a war, they have these big giant robots that actually call mobile suits. Not so much a robot, but like you get into it and it's like a tank, but in like a fucking robot form. and like it's got a huge cult following. They've had multiple series on TV and movies, and the biggest pulp cultural influence that they've had are these Bandai model kits, and there's such a huge subculture for Bandai model kits for Gundam. It's called Gunpla, and like I know all this shit because like I'm way deep into building Gundam model kits. So I'm like huge. I got like 4 just stacked around the corner in this place. But their signature color is red, white, and blue. Like it's predominantly white armor, and you get blue and red accents on it. So I can see how that collaboration or that tribute pack, if you want to call it that, is based on those colors. So
yeah, I think it's super duper dope. What about you? You like it or not?
Yeah, they look nice. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the 98s, but when they start coming around, maybe I'll change my mind.
Maybe you'll buy them and look at them and see if you like them or not.
Or I could just buy them and then just fucking resell it after 3 days.
That's true. So how I got my Skeptas, I actually bought them and then had to sell them, and then I bought my size. So it was weird because the 97 OG Silver Bullets definitely around tight, and I had to go half size up. These, I thought the same thing, but I didn't need to because I just had too much room. And here I am talking about how I went out of my way to do all this for those, but I'm asking you guys to squeeze your feet into a size totally below. For me, I'd rather have a shoe be a little bit tighter on me than loose. That's just me.
It's different for everyone. I would never, ever want to wear a shoe that's too tight. It's just too uncomfortable for me. And my feet are wide, so everyone feels different, and like everyone prefers a different kind of fit on their shoe. But I actually like my shoes probably half size bigger as opposed to smaller.
You know what I had before, and I was able to sell them so quick. I had a pair of the Uncaged Colors, the 6.5s that I got from a homie at Adidas on a hookup, but I sold them, thank God. I got them, the Uncaged, I was usually like a 7 in or whatever, but I got them in a 6.5. I don't fuck with that shoe anymore. I had the OG gray ones. I ended up selling them. I don't like how that shoe makes me feel like I'm in like a mummy cage. Like I don't know how people like the Uncaged so much. The Uncaged, in my opinion, are just like too tight of a shoe. I don't like my foot to feel like it's like the front of the shoe kind of like made my like top feel like hurt. And it's kind of crazy that Adidas kind of cut it because you don't really see any more Uncaged. Like I don't think that they really did that great with that shoe.
So I like I said, I've always been a fan of, you know, the Adidas Ultra Boost and shit like that, and like I'm trying to not get as many now, and a lot of times I do get sucked into, you know, the special editions and limited editions and stuff like that. And I've had problems finding the right fit for Ultra Boost just because they fit differently every single year. Like the V1s.
Thank you.
It's not just me, right?
Because yeah, go ahead.
They fit different every single version, and even different colorways can fit differently. And Adidas has been fucking guilty of this shit forever. Like my Prime Knit NMDs, I go a full size down, and certain colors mesh NMDs, I have to go half a size up. If you look at that shit, that's 1.5 size difference for the same shoe.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. I totally agree with you. So when my buddy when I bought those Jordans off of him this morning, we were talking, I tried them on. He works at Foot Locker, and he was like, he's like, put some shoe stretchers in them. I think you're going to be fine with them because I have one foot that's bigger than the other. So sometimes it does fuck that up, or I really don't need to go a half size up, and I do. But it's crazy because he was talking to me. He's like, dude, I can't decide on shoes anymore because, for example, my Ultra Boost, like you said, my 1.0s are tight as shit. I'm like an 8.5 women's or a 9 in them. But then, like, the new third version, I can wear a 7, but my, like, certain silhouettes of the shoe in a 7 are too tight. And then I go a 7.5, and it's way too big. That's a big reason why I just don't fuck with the 3.0s and Ultra Boost, is because the sizing is just totally, it sucks. Like, it totally sucks. The NMDs, they run a full size down or a half size down. It's just so hard to find that perfect fit. Like, I had the OG NMDs, the first ones that came out, not the XR ones, and I had to sell them because I got a size 7 and they were just too big. And like with an NMD, if it's too big on the back of your foot, it's not even like a comfortable too big where you can really tie it up tight. It just like slides up the back of your Achilles heel and is awful.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, I know Nike has that problem as well, but when you get the same size for a Nike, it's usually like it just fits differently, but the length of the shoe is usually the same across the board. But like when you're talking about Adidas, it's such a fucking like
it's everywhere.
And I've had that discussion before with a Kicksteel CA, and he's talking about how he had a size guide to like how to buy NMDs and Ultra Boost, just because like,
oh my god, that's great.
He's like, if you're a size X, then you need to go half a size up for the blacks or the whites, or if you buy a prime knit, you need to go a half size or full size down. And we're talking about the same shoe. It shouldn't be that complicated. And how the fuck are people that live in areas don't have boutique stores gonna get this shit? Like, they get it online, and like they're fucking rolling a dice on what size they need to get.
Yeah, it's hard, and especially if you're converting from US to UK or vice versa, it's super duper tricky. Another thing too is when the Yeezys came out in the color pack of like the pink, the green, and the copper or whatever, those were so fucking tight, so tight. Like, I'm talking, you had to go like a full size up to fit in that shoe, or you had to take the insoles out. Because I won 2 raffles from them in a size 7, and I had to sell them because I couldn't fit them. And I had to buy my size.
And here's the thing that, from my experience, I want to share with people is that I guess when you do win a raffle and get a shoe, maybe at least try them on once you get them. Because I so seldomly un-DS or wear my shoes that I had 3 or 4 pairs of V2s before I ended up at least trying one of them on. And by the time I got those 4, I realized they're all half sizes too small. And I ended up taking the insoles out of all of them. So maybe at least try them on. And it's my fault. I understand. Like, I shouldn't be stacking up on fucking Yeezys and never even trying them on.
Trophies. Making money moves. I've been singing that song like all day today. Leah's been wanting to punch me in the face. That making money moves one. But let's get into the main topic then. So that topic is kind of what I want to touch on about what I've been up to the past 2 weeks. And a big thing is kind of comes down to how can you keep up. So there's a lot of different shit that comes out. How do you have money for it? How do you buy it? Like, what do you like? How can you like live the lifestyle that you do? Honestly, you learn how to work the game. Quite frankly, you get a shoe. If it's too small, you resell it. You make money to buy maybe something that you want to do. Recently, I kind of hit a wall with, some of my sneakers in my collection that I just don't wear, or I just don't want to wear anymore because it's been ruined by others. And I don't mean it as like a hateful type thing. I wrote about it in my blog, and I don't mean to be emotional with it, but a lot of people kind of kill the game for me that just buy shit to be cool. Like, there's nobody that like has grown up with it, or I understand maybe if you like got yourself into the game and now you really like sneakers, but to just buy a certain shoe and just be so closed-minded to like one shoe and not, know about previous ones, or just think that it's stupid, kind of like irritates me. And I just got super duper sick of seeing people like with the same constant Yeezys back to back to back throughout the mall, different things like that. And what I love to see is I love to see people have shit that like no one has. Like the chicken and waffles. I've never seen anyone in the mall wear them. I've never seen anyone in the mall have a pair of Atmos 97s on. And I'm not saying that it's just Nike that I'm pinpointing. Also, for example, for Adidas, the what was the mid-Kith Aspens? Such a nice shoe. Or the Reigning Champs, so dope. But it just comes to a time where like enough is enough with like just certain hype shit. So I decided to sell 2 pairs of Yeezys, and I did it because I didn't feel like they were special, and I just felt like it was money that was just sitting in my room that I didn't wear. I still do have 4 pairs that was just sitting in my room that I did not wear, that I could use to really get something that stands out and that really kind of like defines my personality a little bit more than something that everybody in the fucking world has. And I kind of just hit that wall, and I was just so over it. So if you have like any thoughts on this, or if you disagree, drop a comment, shoot me a message or whatever. But I just kind of want to know like where everyone else stands. Like, do you just buy this stuff because everyone else has it, or do you just buy it because it's hyped up or it's worth a lot to make money? I just came to a point where enough was enough for it for me, and I want to be original with what I wear on my feet. So that's about it.
When it comes to buying.
Sorry, I just went in so hard on that.
No. That's the whole point of this whole thing.
Yeah.
I usually I have a bad habit of buying a lot of shit that I end up not wearing, and that's not because like, oh shit, like they're not really my style. Maybe I'll fucking sit on it and the price will go up and I'll just sell it. Like that's never my intention. But I have been collecting sneakers for a bunch of years now, and it's just I understand the value of the shoes, not the monetary value so much, but like the value it holds within a collection. And I just love the feeling of getting a shoe that no one else has, not because I can be like, oh, I have it and you don't, but like I feel like, oh, I'm so lucky that I was able to get this shoe that I actually wanted.
Yeah.
And just because I don't wear it, I know a lot of people give me shit that I don't wear my shoes enough, but at the same time, like, for me, it's more than just a fashion thing.
Spill my drink. Yeah.
If anything, like, I'm not into fashion as much as like everyone thinks I should be. It's just, for me, it's a collection. And we actually had a short discussion on the podcast last night that everyone bought retro Jordans back in the 90s when the retro boom was happening in the late 90s, early 2000s. And a lot of people bought retro Jordans not because they're doing it for fashion or that they want to look nice at the mall. People bought them because they treated it as a collection, much like anything else that people collect. And now with like social media and whatnot, people are paying a lot more attention to fashion, and this collecting mentality has shifted to a whole brand new group of audience and consumers that are getting these as a fashion piece. And I can dig that. It's just not why I buy shoes, and I don't shit on them for buying all this shit and lessening my chance of getting them. But at the same time, I do have very different taste than a lot of these people. I buy a lot of stuff that sits on shelf and stuff, and I also am lucky enough to get a lot of the hypey shit as well, but I buy for a different reason. And I'm not saying my reason is better or worse or more fucking defendable or whatever. It's just different reasons altogether, and I think there's room enough.
Yeah.
There isn't room enough for all of us, clearly, because shit sells out. But I do feel like everyone's fucking reason for collecting whatever sneaker should be valid and should be accepted, as long as not like, I'm just here to resell and make money. Like, that's the only thing I'd be like, I don't fuck with that so much.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you on that point. Like, the only time I resell something is like, honestly, if I know it's worth a lot, I'm trying to like, or, like I bought stuff from Supreme and just, I didn't like it. So I sold it legit for retail just because like, I know like it's nice to get that love and I just want to get my money back to like, because I didn't like it. So I'm not going to like, dick people over and charge people, so much money on something when I just want to get my money back. Like, but however, like if you do have something that like you put in effort and time to get, resell the shit out of it if you can, to be able to get yourself, something that you really want. Just like it's crazy that you said this because Lee was asking me, she's like, what's your favorite shoe like out of everything that you have? And I'm like, hands down, my Air Jordan Black Toe. I love that shoe. That's my favorite out of everything that I have. And it's just about the meaning behind it. Like, it kind of got me into the game when I was younger. Like, I had, I really liked the Air Jordan 1s. I really liked just the Jordan brand and everything like that. So it's more of the story behind that. And it's crazy because we see people with these rare shoes and then we're like, oh, snaps, like they have this or that. And, we try to get it. But at the same time, it's like this stuff that like you don't really see much. And then you see is what really catches your eyes. Like I used to, when Yeezys first came out, when they were so hard to get, the V1s, I used to freaking like lose my lid when I would see someone wearing them. I'd be like, damn, they got the Pirate Blacks. Like I want that shoe so bad. Like that shoe, no one has that. Like you're like legit like a sneakerhead if you have Yeezys. Like I thought that. And it kind of like makes me sick that like I thought that if you wore Yeezys all the time, you're a sneakerhead. But no, you're really not. You're just a part of like what everyone else is. And it's crazy.
I did an interview with someone just a few days ago for their university paper, a thesis about sneakerheads and sneaker collecting. And I think I still stand by what I said. I said that people that buy Yeezys and wear Yeezys out, and that's basically all they wear and that's all they're seen in, I think those people may be less of a sneakerhead than some dude just rocking a pair of beat up Air Force Ones that they got on clearance at the mall. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's the hunt. It's the effort to go into finding it. Like, some people are like, yo, like, how did you find those Presto acronyms? Like, I was on the fucking hunt, motherfucker. Like, I wanted those shoes. Like, they did something to me, because no one, like, you never see anyone just, like, styling out with a Presto acronym. You never see that shit. But you go out to the mall, you see so many different Yeezys. And now it's just like they think they're cool because they have Yeezys. That's what it kind of comes down to.
It's almost like people that just buy Yeezys because they're not educated enough to know the history of why sneakers are important. And, like, don't get me wrong, in 10-15 years when Yeezys are still kicking around, or if they faded and people are wearing it, those people might have an actual defendable attachment to that shoe. Just like how I fucking talk shit up about how Jordans are the best sneaker ever all the time, just because that's my generation, and I always thought Jordans were one of the main culprits to why there is a sneaker culture and why there is a podcast and a fucking YouTube show about it right now, right? But like, Yeezys are nothing to be like, oh, they're just for hype beasts, maybe, but there are sneakerheads out there that actually want the shoe because they like the design of it. So there's both ways of seeing it, but I still think that collecting sneakers is something that people have different reasons for. Some people like me that grew up watching Michael Jordan play. I just want to relive my childhood, and sneakers is a tangible and sort of a easy way to do it for me. And for me, like, I don't know, like, I don't have a big, or Kanye West doesn't have that kind of impact on me because I'm not that impressionable age anymore where I just want to emulate everything I see on TV. So I don't shit on anybody's reasoning for wanting a shoe, but there are people out there that might be doing it for the wrong reason, and those are the people I don't really consider to be sneakerheads. And like I said before, like, the collection that you have, like, shows more or less the kind of collector you are. And, like, I've had people guested on my podcast where they had 1 or 2 pairs of sneakers. And they're probably more of a sneakerhead than some people out there that have, like, 8 pairs of Yeezys. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with you. Like, if you came up to me, and I meet a lot of cool people at my job, if you came up to me wearing a pair of Yeezys, I'm not going to, like, geek out about sneakers with you, because in my opinion, you're just like everyone else right now. If you came up and you were wearing a pair of the Presto Greedies, I would geek the fuck out with you about sneakers, because those are a rare shoe. Like, you don't see people in them. We would talk for days. Or you came up to me wearing a pair of, like, Wings and Horns, I would be like, yo, let me look at your shoes. Can I take a peek at them? Like, I would definitely, like, really give you so much more credit. Or even if you came up, like, wearing a pair of, like, a yellow pair of Human Races, I would be like, those are sick. Those are super cool. I wanted those so bad. I have the black and yellow. Like, I would just chat with you about it. But if you're wearing a pair of Yeezys, I don't care. Or an Ultra Boost, I've seen it before.
So knowing how I feel about people that buy sneakers the way that we do, I categorized it very loosely based on what I've observed, and there's by no means not an official categorization of people that collect sneakers. But, like, how do you feel? Which category do you feel like you fall into? Are you collecting or buying sneakers as a fashion piece? Are you buying them because you think that you may be a hype beast and you're showing symptoms of it? Or do you think you're a collector? Like, which one do you think you fall into the most?
I'm going to say right now a collector. Before, like we've talked about before, like, I was real big on the Adidas wave. I kind of let certain shit get to me, certain shit hype to me. But I went back to my old ways because that's just the person that I am. And it just got to be where I just was living. I was buying so many Ultra Boosts and just different things like that. And I got to a point in my life where I'm like, enough's enough with this shit. Like, I'm sick of being like everyone else. I don't want, like, how many more Ultra Boosts you're going to come out with? The sizing started pissing me off, different things like that. I would say right now in my, like, journey of, you know, being a sneakerhead, I am becoming a collector. Like, I only want really rare things. There's certain things, yes, I do have that a lot of people have because I like it. I can't help that I'm going to like something that other people do like. Like, call me a hype beast for that. Fuck it. I don't care. Do what you want. But at the same time, you can take a walk into my closet and see some shit that you probably wish you had in yours. But that's what it comes down to.
Like, for me, I think that I'm still a collector. You can tell just because the fact that I don't fucking wear any of them. and
It's like those people that collect those fucking Funko Pop toys or whatever. Funko.
Yeah, man. Like people that collect toys and like
sealed,
they have to stay in the package and they know exactly how this works, man.
Dude, I have some of those things, but I'll rip them. Like I ordered a Rick and Morty. Came in the mail. I ripped them bitches out. They're over here. Like
yeah,
I have.
You'll regret it in 20 years when they're worth something, man.
Yeah, and I have comic books that are sealed.
No, dude. Like I can't wear fucking 300 pairs of shoes or. I can't wear however many pairs of shoes I own. And, like, it's just... I don't need that many pair on my feet and fucking, you know... And I'll defend it by saying this. I love shoes so much that the way that I can appreciate them the most if they're in their pristine DS condition. And that's how I bought it and that's how I appreciate it. Like,
so when you unbox your shoe, do you let your girl like see like is she part of the unboxing or do you have to do it by yourself? Because you guys live together, yeah.
Like as much as I
like does she see how much shit you have and be like, whoa, this is so much?
Oh, she understands. I don't know if she agrees.
Yeah,
but
so does Leah, which is good. She doesn't. She understands. I don't know if she agrees, but she's kind of like we've been kind of living together now, and she sees over the past like month the packages. She'll like text me and be like, "You have another unboxing."
Well, that's how it works, man. Like as much as I don't unds my shoes, and every time I do, it's not like a fucking like a religious experience for me. It's
break out the sheets. Break out the sheets. Put them on the ground. Put them on the ground. Put your gloves on, bitch.
It's actually
don't touch my sneakers.
It's actually pretty casual, as in like, oh, maybe this outfit that I'm wearing maybe will go good with this shoe I never worn before. And if it works, I'll just wear them out, and that's the end of it. It's not like I can't believe I just devalued my shoes. Like, I as much as I love DS shoes and fucking keeping my shit pristine, I do understand the whole purpose of having shoes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you want to get into the chat for a quick minute? There's a few things that
we got it. Yeah, let's hit it up.
There's a few. First of all, hold on, just give me a second. You talk. I'll read.
Me? All right. Oh, I did get a Supreme beanie today because in the winter, this bald head gets so cold, man.
Grow your hair out.
I actually am growing my top out. That's why it's kind of been wild.
You wear hats quite a bit, right? Just never on camera?
Sometimes, yeah. Leah makes fun of me when I wear them because I have a little head. She'll call me a cancer patient.
Oh, that's so rude. Come on now.
Yeah.
Buckeye City Soul. First of all, thanks for dropping by.
Hey, that's a boy right there.
He buys retros because he wanted different colors in Jay's coming up. Everyone will have them, but next year or 2 years later, nobody will have a crisp pair. So he's in the same category as me. I always set this stupid rule for myself, like, after I buy a pair, there's like a fucking at least 6 months. Now it's 12-month probation before I actually wear them. So, just so I don't get caught wearing the same thing as everyone else.
Oh, swag Diddy over here. It's like I put them bitches right on my feet right when I get them.
Exactly. But everyone has it for, like back when you're a kid, you used to like go in and buy a pair of shoes and you walk out in the pair that you just bought.
Yeah, do you want to, the guy would even tell you want to wear these out today? You'd be like, hell yeah. Your mom be like, don't you fuck them up before school starts. This is your first one.
Man, times have changed, man. Absolute Style says he hasn't been able to get into Adidas at all because they all look the same, and we kind of talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, how many...
I dig it, man. That's love right there, not riding that wave. Good for you, dude.
Like, how many different iterations of Triple White Ultra Boost do we need in our collection, right? I have 2, and that's one more than
That is really true.
And they don't look different enough. Like, except for the glow-in-the-dark ones. What the fuck is that all about? They would be good for nighttime running. Have you seen those? The 4.0s that will... The cage...
Are you talking about the Pure Boost ones that glow in the dark? Those jelly ones or whatever? The starfish ones? Or are you talking about the ones with the cage that glows in the dark?
Yeah, the cage that glows. That's a 4.0 that's coming out, right?
So stupid.
And you say that now, you'll get a pair.
Nope. Yo, I'll sell all my Yeezys. Dare me. I'll be moving to Canada then with all that money.
Absolute Style says he doesn't mind paying retail for a shoe that he wants. And I've talked about this before. I got a pair of True Blue 3s. At retail the day it came out just because that shoe means so much to me, and then eventually that shoe went on sale like for like maybe 30% off, and people were clowning me saying that I should have waited and bought it on sale, but like I never for a second felt ripped off.
Yeah,
it's not even about that. I paid what I felt was the right amount. So
Yeah, exactly. You know, like a lot of people say, well, like, why would you buy them? Wait till they go on sale. You know, well, fuck you. Who knows if they're going to have my size when they do go on sale? I want them now. I want to get them now. If I can buy them now and it's my money, there's no reason anyone should say stuff. I get people that say that kind of stuff too. Like, yeah, I will agree. I'll have a moment where I was like, damn, I should have waited. Like, they went on sale. But you know what? I've been wearing them and I've enjoyed them since. So to me, that money that I would have saved isn't really worth it. What, like 20, 30, 20, 25 bucks?
I don't know. Like, you're saving money. It's almost like, oh, I'm not going to get gas today because it might be cheaper tomorrow. And see how long you can stretch it.
Yeah, we're not going grocery shopping just yet. The sale might come tomorrow.
So, like, in the upcoming months, is there any shoe, like, we're talking about realistically, right? Any shoe that's being released that you're actually really looking forward to? Like, those undefeated, I know everyone wants, but, like, what's one kind of sleeper shoe that you've been looking at?
A sleeper shoe that I've been looking at, it's probably honestly going to be one of the, I don't think people are going to jump on the 98s, like that tonal one that I was talking about, that olive one. I think that's something that a lot of people, it was either 97 or 98. I think it was a 98. A lot of people aren't going to really jump on. And to me, like, that's totally fine. Like, I'll fucking take the shoe. Don't jump on it. Like, a shoe that I got that I actually wore, took the tag off of it, that it was a racer that I got for like $50 was that Volt one. That shoe is beautiful. That shoe is fire. That sucker sat for like ever and it was so discounted. Like, those are such shoes that are like underlooked. So that's like just little like things. Oh, I saw today, and it actually, I don't know if you guys have it available like for you to see. They added on the sneakers app for Nike a new colorway of the trainers. It's like a blue tint. It's like a icy, like baby blue. Personally for me, I would pass on them. I'd rather have the pink ones over the blue.
What's stopping you from getting the pink ones then?
Yeah, I got things that are on my mind. I make money moves. Just kidding. But no.
Yo, shit, actually, no, I'm actually really stoked. Before I forget, and before we sign off, did you see that they've announced they're retroing the Jordan 3 Mochas next year?
No, I didn't see that. I've kind of been like doing so much shit today. When did they announce it? Send me a picture of it.
They announced them yesterday. And the funny thing is, on the podcast, we talked about this maybe 2 or 3 times already. About like, oh, remember the Mochas? And then like Pierre's like, I don't know what they're talking about. And it's one of those shoes that was released during the retro kind of boom. And no one even bought it. Everyone like slept on them, and they went on discount and everything. And I talked about how I really wanted this shoe, and like they should retro those. Like if they retro, they might never retro them just because like blah blah blah. And then like eventually, I guess I don't know. Maybe Nike heard our podcast, and then like now they've announced that 2018 they're gonna be re-releasing those for the first time.
For the first time ever?
For the first time, they've never retroed these. Technically, it's a retro, but they're re-releasing them.
I'm actually really excited for what's it called? Real quick before we sign off, the OG Shadows. But I actually haven't someone willing to sell me a pair for $200, so I might just buy them and not wait.
I heard that they're gonna be not exactly the same. Maybe the shades wrong.
Maybe
some with the blocking. But I had a pair of OG Shadows the first time they came out, or not the first time, the last time they came out, and I sold them for retail, and I kind of regretted it. But I don't know, the Shadow ones, man. Like I was never really feeling it. Like I told you, I wasn't always the biggest fan of Jordan 1, so I kind of don't mind that I sold them for retail. Maybe I should have sold them for more, but whatever.
It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
All right. So thank you guys for participating in tonight's chat. Definitely, we will be back next week, so don't worry about that. Going forward, Eugene, this will be our new time, right?
Hopefully, it might be a couple minutes late here and there. It's going to be a game time decision, so let's just aim for 4 to 4:30. That's our tentative start time, so just look out for that.
And 7 EST or 7:30.
Right. 7 to 7:30 Pacific or Eastern time. So look out for that. Hopefully we'll get more action in the chat because like people that are in the chat, that's what makes this show once again. And Of course, man. Thank you for everyone that's participating. Absolute Styles, thank you. And Buckeye City Soul's always part of this thing. And, of course, if you have any show suggestions or anything that you want us to talk about, any suggestions for the show's format itself, if you're watching this on a later time, just leave in the comments below. That's all greatly appreciated. And you can find all of our contacts and our info on the description below as well.
Cool.
So, I don't know. I guess we can wrap it up. So, I'm Eugene of the Sneakerphiles podcast. And signing out is...
Brookie Doo.
So, thanks everybody for watching. See you next time.